Well, a family settlement agreement is one method to address various family finance issues. However, it must be executed in accordance with state law. A recent case from Iowa involving several $1 million worth of farmland illustrates how not to go about executing the agreement. Breaking it all down for us, Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law. Roger, this kind of sounds like a cautionary tale, really. So maybe a little background on this farm and some of the facts with this case.
Yeah, good to be with you, Suzanne. It is, and often we learn from the mistakes of others, and hopefully we don't repeat those mistakes. But this is one of those situations. This was a longstanding farm family, had farmed in northeast Iowa for many, many years, decades upon decades, and had farms in 3 different states. So this is northeast Iowa. It's prime farmland, very valuable ground, and they had amassed a significant amount of wealth in that land. And in 1998, when mom and dad did their wills, the federal estate tax exemption was only $625,000. So they split everything equally between them, which was the standard technique at that time. And they each had a mirror will, so that we took out of the equation who died first. Well, dad died in 2001. Everything goes to mom, basically, some of it in life estate form, some of it outright, no estate tax in dad's estate. And then they had 4 children, and the son who had been farming with dad continued to farm, and he took mom to the attorney to have her redo a will in 2003. He ends up with, under that will, about 4 times what his sisters would get in terms of the farmland, and he also got a favorable 16-year lease on the farm ground at $70 per acre, pretty sweet rate. Well, his sisters didn't know about this until 2014. Things kind of blow up at that point in time. The attorney determines that mom's not competent to redo her 2003 will, and so he suggests a family settlement agreement, but not have mom sign it, which basically reverses course and splits everything equally between the 4 siblings. Well, long story short, 2 of them died, including the son that was farming, and then mom died, and the question was whether her will and or the family settlement agreement was valid.
Wow, this is interesting because it would seem to make sense that the brother would take over since he was farming, but then with them passing away. So what was the trial court's decision here on all of this? This goes to those who remain?
Yeah, it seems to make sense, but nobody else knew what was going on except the son. The daughters didn't find out about any of this, even though one of them had been named as an executor under mom's revised will, and another one had been named as power of attorney under a financial power, as an agent under a power of attorney. And so things were not really on the up and up. But the trial court invalidated the will and upheld the family settlement agreement. But that got switched around on appeal. This family settlement agreement was knocked out on appeal because mom didn't sign it, and the heirs of the deceased siblings also didn't sign it, and that's a requirement under state law. So you need to do these family settlement agreements post-death if you can't agree or you're disputing the way the property was distributed by the parents. Don't try to do it during life.
And also, I mean, it seems some underhandedness was going on with the brother doing this. So I guess maybe the big takeaway here, keep it all on the up and up, include everybody and let everybody know what's going on.
Yeah, normally when we do estate planning for non-business people, where there's not a family business that's involved, that's a private thing, and we keep that to the client's self, to mom and to dad personally. But when you have a family farming operation, you really need to include everybody on the table, even the off-farm heirs, because they have an interest in inheriting cash. The on-farm heir, the son here, wanted obviously the control of the land, and the parents probably wanted to treat all their kids equally. So everybody in that transition situation, when you have a family business involved, needs to be at the table. And that is it's an art that a good practitioner can pull off, and hopefully a team of counselors, not just the attorney, but the CPA, the financial planner, the insurance agent, everybody is there at the same table helping that family move that farm successfully to the next generation.
Always interesting, family and finances. Roger, thank you so much for breaking this down for us. Having a great Monday for you. Thank you so much. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law.